What's good, everybody? This is BroncoJuggalo, and it's Wild Eye Wednesday, and today I am reviewing Axecalibur. Now, before I get into Axecalibur, I want to give a quick shout out to the homie Buckshot. Thank you very much, sir, for this killer Inner Skull work shirt. If you know what Inner Skull is, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. I love it. Thank you very much, sir. Axecalibur is a 2017 film directed by Russ Gomm and Philip Mearns. It stars William Roberts as the Mad Axeman. A crazed killer uses a magical axe on campers and a whole bunch of other people, while an author who knows all about him is trying to track him down and stop him. In this modern horror take of the legend of Excalibur. This movie is also known as The Legend of the Axeman. That was its name when it was released in the UK. It was changed to Axecalibur for the American release. Didn't have a lot of cons, guys. This was a pretty decent horror film. I'm not saying it's the best slasher horror movie in the world. I'm saying that it was a decent horror movie, and I had fun with it. I enjoyed it. I'm not saying it's the greatest thing ever. Don't get it twisted. People say, oh, you said this was amazing, and it was just, eh. Okay, well, that's on you. I say what I think is amazing. I say what, I like. But I'm trying to be a little more careful here, just for your benefit. So this movie was pretty damn good. I enjoyed it. But back to my two negatives. The generic techno synth music, I could have done without. It played throughout the whole thing, and it was basically one song. The movie is very well paced for the first act. It drops kind of slow in the second, but it picks back up in the third. So that middle act kind of drags a little bit. I noticed that happens in a lot of movies. And unfortunately, in horror movies, you got to keep that middle act going, or else it just kind of loses a little bit. Now, I love that we learn about and we get to see the killer right away. And I love how they do it. They do it on a campfire story. They do it in a campfire story, and I love that. You get the entire backstory in a campfire story at the beginning of the film, and it's fucking cool. And then we get some really cool stuff after that. I enjoyed some of the lines, some of the one-liners. I love when he tells somebody, I have chopping to do. It was kind of a throwback to those 80s horror films. In fact, I'm thinking about doing a BroncoJuggalo Top 10s, favorite horror one-liners or lines of dialogue. I'm not talking about a monologue. I'm talking about single lines of dialogue. I'm thinking about that. We'll see what happens. The blood and gore were decent. A lot of it was your run-of-the-mill low-budget gore where they use a lot of intestines and stuff to show gore. And that's fine. There's also some really good decapitations. And the dummy heads and all that look really good. So I enjoyed that quite a bit. I really do like the ending. So for those of you that don't want it, brace yourself or cover your ears or turn the video off, because I'm going to give a small spoiler. Alright, are you ready? At the end of the film, the axe chooses its carrier. The axe is really magical in this movie, and there is backstory on that, and you kind of wonder, well, is it just in his imagination? But no, the axe is actually magical. And when the one killer is defeated, it chooses a new one. And I enjoyed that. I thought that was cool. Guys, check out Axecalibur from Wild Eye. I enjoyed it. Hopefully you will too. If not, don't know what to tell you. Peace.
Are afraid of me, many reasons they should be creatures what they labeled me, leave them bleeding painfully. These bitches cannot compete, they're not